I'm a comedy person. I am not a music person.
Fucking A right!
Comedy. All right. Good evening, everyone. I am Master Tiff, which I call myself because I have a master's degree, and forcing people to call me by a title I paid to have really takes the sting out of the fact that I still work in retail. Go to graduate school, they said. You can make $50,000 a year, they said. It pays for itself. Well, I must have gotten like a lazy degree because it hasn't paid for shit. It mostly just sits there on my wall, costing me more money than the government paid for me to have in the first place. So if anyone here is interested in joining the hallowed ranks of master, I am selling my degree for the $100,000 it costs me now. It's in professional writing, if you care to know, which is a field of study that does not technically exist.
Calligraphy!
The small regional college I went to didn't quite feel up to the MFA accreditation process. So they just said, fuck it, we'll tack a writing minor onto the already existing English major we have, call it the same thing. According to most employers in the field, it's not the same thing at all. So, yeah. So dating is a nightmare, right guys? Right? It's just one horrifying experiment in self-degradation after another, right? One thing that I love to hear as a female comic from male comics is from male comics I love to hear that dating females is so hard because we all have daddy issues. Am I right, guys? Am I right? We all have.
Yes,
yeah.
you do.
It's all fun and games when you're smacking our ass, pulling our hair, and calling us a filthy slut. But when we want you to like care about us the next day or reply with anything after we text you "What's up, winky face?" suddenly you're crazy. So I have actually developed a system for dealing with the clinginess issue. Ladies, you might want to start taking notes at this point. The second I make a guy come, right? The second I make him come, I collapse in on myself like a dying star. I create a wormhole into another dimension.
Supernova!
After which I have to conquer a series of castles of increasing difficulty. I find the pendants hiding inside. I take those to the haunted forest. I trade them in for the Master Sword. After which I do battle with the evil wizard Agnahim. He draws me back into my apartment. I'm home by midnight. That's plenty of time to watch 3 episodes of Criminal Minds on Netflix and cry myself to sleep. It's perfect. It's perfect. So I keep hearing that like America is falling behind in math and science education in the world, and I can't help but wonder if that isn't because our entire system of measurement is based entirely on old wives' tales. Hey, Tiff, I want to build a shelf. How long should I cut this board? Okay, well, first you're going to need to know the average size of a foot of a 13th century male. And you're going to need like 5 of those. Hey, Tiff, I want to know how to keep my engine properly lubricated so it'll perform correctly. Okay, well, you know how milk used to be delivered in glass bottles? You're going to need like 5 to 6 of those. Hey Tiff, how much milk do I need to keep my pancakes perfectly like fluffy for consumption? Well, you know, first you're gonna need to know how much milk a 15th century peasant thought would frighten ghosts away. That's how much milk you should use. Hey girl, I want to lick your pussy. Someone shouted at me on my way here tonight. Now, I like to have my pussy licked as much as the next girl, but I like to have this invitation come after, like, I don't know, an introduction of some sort. Like, I learn your name, you learn mine. Maybe we have, like, a conversation. We learn each other's likes, each other's dislikes. And maybe, as the night grows on, I start to look up at you longingly. And then maybe, you lean down and you murmur gently into my ear, "Hey girl, I want to lick your pussy." And pussy will be licked that night, sir. But to just shout it at my face as I'm traipsing down Main Street on my way to an open mic is too bold, sir. It is too bold by half. But it's gotta work, right? Because otherwise the corners of our major metropolitan areas would not be lined with fine young hooligans shouting compliments at ladies' asses. Which leads me to believe, ladies and gentlemen, that there is a child being conceived this very moment when he or she grows up to ask the age-old question, Mommy, how did you meet Daddy? Some fine young mother will look down upon the issue of her loins and say, well, baby, I was walking down Main Street in Durham one night and I was thinking, you know what? I sure would like to have my pussy licked tonight when you're 5. Slapped out of the deafening gloam like a knight of old and said, hey, I'm gonna lick your pussy. And I knew that he was the one. So one of the reasons that I might be failing at life is that I smoke the marijuana. Kind of a lot, maybe too much. I'm actually going to leave that to my biographers to decide. But when you smoke weed, your life takes on certain surrealistic qualities. For instance, every evening before I leave my house, there's this little game show I get to appear on. It's called Find My Keys! Tonight on Find My Keys, our contestant is going straight for the hook that she spent moments screwing into her wall so that she would never lose her keys again. Are they there, folks? Nope, they're not. Now our contestant is checking out the table, the desks, 2 other perfectly reasonable locations for those keys to be. Will she find them? No, she won't. Now our contestant appears to be kicking around random piles of shit in her room and, well, folks, it looks like our contestant is giving up hope. She's gonna check out what's in the fridge after all, since she can't leave her apartment without her fucking keys. There they are! There's those keys! Confetti and balloons fall from the ceiling, crowd goes wild, lights start to flash. I will admit, it's starting to become prohibitively expensive for me to keep the net built into my ceiling filled with confetti and balloons. The lights were pretty costly to install, not to mention the crowd of people that I pay to stand around waiting for me to find shit, but I am that dedicated to the art of comedy, guys. Thank you very much.